And hit the record button. There we go.
Recording in progress.
Good morning, everybody. This is Eric Lofholm. I want to welcome all of you to our brand new rebranded continuous sales improvement daily podcast. Everything's continuous sales improvement. Thrilled to be with you here this morning. If you're right-handed, take your right hand. If you're left-handed, take your left hand. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, great job for being here this morning. Type into the chat, today is a great day. Today is a great day. And I'm thrilled to be with you here this morning to share some ideas to help you have a successful, productive day. And my first idea for you, I'm going to talk to you about a distinction that you're already have heard of before, but I'm going to give you a little slant on it and see if I can reach one of you with this idea, and maybe more than one of you. And it has to do with the concept of going all in. So I want you to think about that. What does it mean to you to go all in on your fitness or all in on your prospecting? Think about, what does it mean to go all in on your marriage? Go all in on, if you're working on boosting one of your social media platforms, right? We're giving it full energy, giving it everything you got. It's the opposite of like dipping your toe in the water using a swimming pool metaphor, right? You would just jump in the water, and that's one way to get in the water, going all in. And so I want to tell you a story about a time I didn't go all in, and then I pivoted and I decided to go all in and see if this can reach one of you. And maybe this will be the most important call you've ever been on in your entire life. I want to create that as a possible outcome for today's call. So I wrote this book, Continuous Sales Improvement, and I wrote the book, I published it a little over a year ago, and I didn't go all in. I barely even told anybody about the book. And the strategy was I was going to have a continuous sales improvement YouTube channel and a website and a podcast and a this and a that and a masterclass. And I had this really wonderful strategy. And it was all written down. And I took action on it a little bit. I didn't go all in. I barely even let anybody know about it. For whatever reason, I hesitated. I was having some things going on in my thinking, and I had resistance to taking action on my strategy. And this is part of being a human being, right? We have resistance to things. Like you might want to get in better shape, but you have resistance. Or you might want to prospect, and you have resistance. Or you might want to make more money, but you're like, do I really deserve to make more money? A common thought that people have in their mind. And so I had resistance. And so something clicked in my brain recently. And I said, you know what? I have the strategy. I have the plan. I have the this. I have the that. And all I need to do is just go all in. That's all I have to do. So I took my Facebook group with 4,000 members and I said, forget that one. We're going to start from scratch with a continuous sales improvement Facebook group. And we're going to take the YouTube channel that has 4,000 subscribers, and we're going to start from scratch. And we're going to build a YouTube channel from scratch. And then we're going to take the podcast with 200,000 downloads, and we're going to start from scratch. And we're just going to forget about those 200,000 downloads and start from scratch. Why? Because I'm going all in. And this is why the strategy is going to work. It's not because the strategy is so great. It's going to be out of my commitment that creates the results. Now, this isn't about me. I mean, it might sound like, you're on the podcast, Eric, you're tooting your own horn. This isn't about me. This is about you and your strategy in your life. Because if you are right now going half-ass in your life, half-ass in your prospecting, half-ass in your marriage, half-ass in your fitness, excuse the language, but I'm just saying it for intensity. If you want something better for your life, you're like, Eric, I want more money in my bank account. Awesome. That's a great desire. Are you all in on the things it takes to create money? You want to build a big team right now. Maybe you're in an organization where you have a recruiting component. Some of you are recruiting, right? And so you're wanting a bigger awesome. You want a bigger team. Are you all in? Right now, maybe you're struggling in your marriage. I get it. I've been married pretty much my whole adult life to 2 different women. I'm married my second wife now. And maybe right now you're struggling in your marriage. Are you all in? Like, just make a decision right now and just go, you know what? I'm going to roll out the red carpet if you're a man and say, I'm going to do the things I did when I courted my wife in the beginning. I wrote her the little love notes and I opened her door for her and I did, right? Or if you're a woman, whatever you did for your man in the beginning to attract him to you, right? We forget about those things. So I want you to think about an area of your life right now that you want greater results. You're like, you know what? I'm willing to go all in. And if you can think of an area right now, type it in the chat right now. Type in the chat if you're like, you know what? This is an area of my life. My finances. I haven't been going all in. I'm going to go all in on my finances. Or my prospecting. Or my recruiting. Or my fitness. Or my wealth building. If you can think of an area right now where you're like, you know what? I have not been going all in. And I'm going to go all in. I want you to put that in the chat as just a way of acknowledging, hey, this is an area of my life where it's not just step up. I didn't say step up. I said all in. Listen to me. I ditched a podcast with 200,000 downloads to start from scratch. That's how committed I am. This isn't about me. This is about you. I didn't say step up. I said all in because the clock is ticking on you and me and everybody on this podcast right now. The clock is ticking on us. And we can make a decision. I'm going to lay it on the line. I'm going to give it everything I got. And you step into that, that will change your life. This could be the most important podcast you've ever heard in your whole life. Okay, next thing. And by the way, if today's podcast resonates with you, you can listen to it 7 times to put the thoughts into your subconscious mind. To hear that message 7 times. Go all in on your life. That would be powerful to put that in the subconscious mind. Where can you find the recording? Well, one place is you can go to the YouTube channel. What's the YouTube channel called? Same as everything else, Continuous Sales Improvement. Go to the Continuous Sales Improvement YouTube channel. Today is September 7th. Get the link and then just play it again and again and again and again to put it in the subconscious mind. Not for my benefit. If you can land that thought of going all in your subconscious mind, again, this could be the most important 15 minutes of your entire life. Okay, so we're going to shift gears now. I got give you some other golden nuggets today. And the next golden nugget I want to talk to you about is prospecting. And if you want to grow your business, this is the best way that I know how to do it. Maybe there's other ways that you like better, whatever, but I know the way I did is prospecting. I started Eric Lofholm International out of a spare bedroom in my condo in 1999. And I built my business from scratch. I built a global training company from scratch by prospecting. And nowadays it's super easy because you can just do it on your smartphone. And so what you do on your smartphone is you send a text, you send a direct message on Facebook, you send an audio message on Facebook, you send an audio message on LinkedIn, you send an email, you pick up the phone, you call somebody. All these different ways to do it, super easy. And so the rhythm of prospecting, whether you do it or I do it, when I reach out or you reach out, the rhythm of prospecting is no, 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 yes. No, 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 yes. So if you have fear of rejection, the pattern is no, 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 yes. So check it out. If I have fear of rejection and the pattern is no, 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 yes, that's a problem that's going to cause me to resist prospecting because of my thinking. My thinking of fear of rejection is going to cause me to resist prospecting. So we flip it on its head. And we change the way we look at prospecting. Instead of having it be rejection, because when I prospect, yesterday I did a bunch of prospecting. And I got a bunch of no's. And I got some yeses. But I didn't look at it as rejection. Here's the mindset. Took me 100,000 cold calls to figure out what I'm going to tell you in the next 30 seconds. 100,000 times I had to pick up the phone or send an email or send a text or send a social media message 100,000 times to figure out what I'm telling you right now. The mindset that I have for prospecting is when I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. When I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. So when I prospected yesterday, there was no rejection. I wasn't absorbing any arrows. And the reason I wasn't absorbing any arrows is because I flipped prospecting on its head. So somebody's going, oh, when I prospect, I'm being rejected. They're having to absorb the energy of rejection. And instead of absorbing energy of rejection, I'm acknowledging myself just for the prospecting. When I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. When I run the sales call, I win. When I close the sale, I double win. I win no matter what. Another great reason to listen to this podcast 7 times. To put this, I'm telling you right now, it took me 100,000 cold calls to figure out what I'm telling you. I flipped prospecting on its head, and now I have zero fear of prospecting because there is no rejection. There's only winning. I win or I double win. I win no matter what. I win or I double win. I win no matter what. You want to consider putting that thought into the subconscious mind. I win or I double win. I win no matter what. And then you might go, but Eric, I'm still afraid of rejection. I put the thought in my subconscious mind. I did the affirmation. I said it. Napoleon Hill in Think and Grow Rich says, autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is where you enter a thought in your mind over and over and over and over and over again. Autosuggestion is where you enter a thought in your mind over and over and over again. So you literally can install thinking ideas in your mind through autosuggestion. But what if you still have fear of rejection? So I'm going to teach you one last thing before we wrap up today. And this could be the most important thing of this whole podcast. And here it is. If I have a dog that's called fear of rejection, and I have a dog that says, when I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. So one dog is fear of rejection, and the other dog is when I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. The question is, which dog grows? And the answer is, whichever dog you feed. And it's a present moment thing. So in the present moment, right now, I could think the thought fear of rejection. And I could focus on that thought, and then that thought's going to grow, and that becomes my reality. Now, one other little nugget for you guys. This is my most current thinking. It's not a fact. It's an opinion. It's a belief. What I'm going to tell you right now is not a fact. It's an opinion. It's a belief. It's a perspective. And it's this: there's no wrong thoughts. There's no wrong feelings. There's no wrong thoughts. There's no wrong feelings. So if you have the thought, I'm afraid of rejection, it's not wrong. You don't need to say, don't think like that. Eric's telling me that when I prospect, I win. When I book the appointment, I double win. I win no matter what. I am telling you that. But I'm also telling you it's not wrong to think I'm afraid of rejection. So just think of it like this. It's 2 dogs. Which dog do you want to feed? I don't want you to make your thinking wrong. And I don't want you to make your feelings wrong, because they're not wrong. They're your thoughts and they're your feelings. So instead of making them wrong, we get to choose. We get to choose which thought do I want to focus on. You have choice. It's not wrong. You can just choose to focus on I can do it versus I can't do it. I don't know if I deserve success. That's a common thought people have. Instead of focusing on I don't deserve success, you can just choose to go, I do deserve success. I can do it. So either way, whichever dog you feed, that's the dog that's going to grow. If you got something out of today's podcast, type the word yes in the chat. If you got something out of today's podcast, type the word yes in the chat. If you know somebody that can benefit from this podcast, we're going live Monday through Friday, 7:45 a.m. Pacific, with a new message every single day, 5 days a week. If you know somebody that can benefit from more positivity and more success thinking in their life, please tell them about the podcast. Please share with them. www.zoomwithericl.com. That's the link for coming on here live on Monday through Friday, or you can tell them about the YouTube channel, or however you're doing this podcast. Let them know about it. Let's have a fantastic, productive Wednesday. You have greatness inside of you. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.